försöker jag lite mer Fable 3. Vi börjar verkligen närma oss slutet.
You are the one who survived the desert night.
Yes.
We have not had much fortune with outsiders. But as you can see, fortune deserted us long ago. You have come to a cursed land.
What are you doing here? Everybody else seems to be hiding.
I am honoring the dead. My wife and my child. And I stand here because I do not fear joining them.
I'm sorry.
You may read their memorials if you wish. There are many elsewhere. On statues, doorways, wherever a memory will allow itself to live on.
Jag är klar. Jag vill inte hålla på så mycket där. Faktiskt. Det känns inte som att jag behöver göra så mycket. För jag vill gärna komma till slutet av spelet. Visst, det kommer vara finalen. Men då kommer jag skriva final. Sen kommer det komma ut mera klipp efter det för alla sidequests. Och lite freeplay.
Who was the other?
His name was Logan.
Oh.
The king of Albion.
Seems your big brother's been keeping secrets. He used to go on expeditions all the time, remember? Until about 4 years ago.
He too faced the crawler. He saw all his soldiers killed by the darkness and nearly died himself. But he survived thanks to our care. He left with a promise that he would return with an army and save us from the crawler.
I promise.
Then let us go to war.
Det här gillar jag. Until the Purple, how many children shall we getting? Det här börjar bli ganska spännande tycker jag. Jag har klarat ut det här spelet flera andra gånger. Det kan vara fjärde. Nej, det är ungefär 60-70. Oh my fucking god.
You have survived a terrible ordeal, but you will be the stronger for it. With Kaelin and the Auroran people on your side, you are finally ready to face your brother. It is time for you and Walter to gather your allies and take Bowerstone Castle.
Det här börjar bli spännande. Shit. Ranged 80, jag har inte ens 80 guildseals. Vi öppnar upp här. Får vi se vad det här är. Det måste ju vara magic där. Blades spel. Nice. Den tar jag. Ja just ja, den här är jättebra faktiskt, kom jag på. Den liksom skjuter upp blades och sen smäller iväg. Oh shit. Oh Jesus Christ, Jesus Christ. Oh shit.
How is he? Is he gonna make it?
I do not know. The darkness is deep within him. Few ever wake.
But he's improving. I mean, you're doing your thing and he's getting better, right?
I do not wish to give you false hope.
Perhaps it would be better if we allowed him to rest.
Don't worry, he's a tough old nut. He'll pull through. Walter?
Oh, balls to you all. You're not burying me just yet.
See? I told ya.
Yes. Shame my first sight had to be your ugly mug.
I'm sorry I left you, Walter.
You did all you could. And don't think I don't know it. I told you you'd make me proud. Well,
Jesus Christ.
we didn't exactly find the army we were hoping for. And I feel about 100 years older than when we left, but we're finally ready. You've surpassed every hope I had for you. You're the king Albion needs. So come on. It's time to gather your generals and prepare for battle. You know, maybe I'll take a little nap first.
Ja, men jag gick upp i ratten. Och mitt fönster är jävla läskigt. Behave or behead. Det brinner alltid fast vi har två små.
All right, I've got it. I take a small group of soldiers down this route and blow up the west barracks. It will draw their attention and open up the main route.
How's that better than my idea?
We will live longer than a few seconds.
Oh, well, now you're just picking holes.
Give it up, boy. What I want to know is what my men need to do.
That's for the future king to decide.
Paige knows the city best. We'll follow her plan.
Fine. I only put mine forward to annoy her anyway.
I see you've really matured on your travels. If you look at the map, we can go through the details.
My ships will take you to the beach here.
We can expect heavy mortar fire, but most of Logan's soldiers will be busy dealing with Paige and her men.
I want to be in the thick of the smoke and the fire and the glory. If Paige takes the west route, it's only fair I take the east.
Which leaves the centre to us. Less chance of getting lost.
Then we're agreed.
Are you sure you're up to this, Walter?
Oh, don't worry about me. I may feel old and tired, but the day hasn't come yet when I can't charge into a good old-fashioned fight.
Det här kommer kanske bli final parten. Så alltså del 14 vart final. Fast jag kommer fortsätta med den ändå. Efter ett tag.
People are getting torn to shreds out there. They need our help. We need to take care of that mortar.
Fan, en mortar. Är det våra guards? Jaha, för det är tydligen guards.
Let's go. Stick that sword down there. If we can't get past those gates, this battle is already over.
It's a revolution.
Find a way to get past those defenses. Good block, soldier. Hope that makes you bleed. That's right. Where it hurts. Get up, quick! You've used one of those waters before. How about you blow up this one? The longer we store, the more people we lose.
Det var pausig.
The promise you made to Kaelin is now on the wall with the others. I trust you are finding everything all right?
Ska byta tillbaka till prinsdräkten nu när man...
Anyone can dress as a prince, but no one pulls it off quite as you do.
Va? Vad är det för sak jag har där mitt i pannan?
Well, if you...
This is the moment you've been waiting for, isn't it? Well, waiting's over. Get up!
Det står i luften. Wow. Just det, en till sak jag vill nämna innan
Welcome to
vi
the sanctuary.
börjar köra.
You've a new type of gauntlet available.
Blades.
Good shot. Keep that up. That's it. Catch him today.
Jävlar, här kommer jag få en bra hit på. Barrel of laughs.
The Auroran ship should be able to move in close enough. Stuff.
Into the city!
Find Logan.
Bit of close combat. This is more like it. Recognize old Walter, you hobbrother.
How you feeling, Walter?
Now let's go. Down.
He goes. Wow, I've never seen one of these soldiers go down so quickly.
I bet you've been wanting to do that for a long time. Keep it up. There's plenty more left.
Ni hör säkert jättemycket klick från det här spelet. Jag tror att det är så himla mycket klick i. Så här, klick. Tusan jävlar. Oh, där flög jag. Hey, you're supposed to be dead. Ibland så råkar jag liksom hålla in så här. Det som jag vet nu är att achievement progress så här, if it bleeds we can kill it kommer fram varje gång jag drar en. Nej, det var det inte nu. Fast jag drar en gång. Där kom fram. Tror ni vi kan nå 1000 på den där?
Is this not the grandest time you've ever had?
Sabine, you almost blew us up.
You saw a glorious beacon of freedom burning in the night for all the... What is it, Boulder? Oh, bloody hell. Move! Move!
It'll take more than a grenade to finish off that old sod.
Meanwhile, let's do what he says and get moving, shall we? Make your peace, traitor, because you are going to die.
Sabine. Det är lugnt, Sabines. Men...
That showed him.
Kanske missade den. Okej, vi ska klara denna revolution. Såklart vi gör, jag kan inte dö. Eller jag kan dö, men jag kan inte riktigt dö. Jag kommer bara tillbaka upp sen. What an order!
Take that, you rebel!
Så är vi tillbaka. Vad skulle jag inte sagt? Åh, det här håller jag på att göra. Men hallå? Så är
That was a satisfying shot.
Nice shot! Someone must be wincing at that car.
Och här vet jag vad som kommer hända. Det vad heter det? Johannes berättade. Eller nej, det var inte här.
Come on, we're not far from the castle now. We'll meet up with her there.
There's more of them!
Yes. Come on. Wallace.
Say what you want about local Krogan's
Ja,
army.
det är så att Page. Nej, det är inte Page.
There's no way we're getting past that.
Jag fattar inte vad som är
We're in a street. Have you noticed all the houses and doors?
Right you are.
Han slog mig. Nej, jaha. Gör.
Good clean hit. Let's have a...
Om ni tycker att jag bara skippar framåt dig för att så här, orkar inte hålla på och stå 3 minuter och slåss. What?
My men are taking care of these barracks, but I couldn't leave them out here alone.
That deserves a round of applause.
Hur stänger jag av det här då? Jag vill inte hålla på.
That's what I call march.
Nej. Slå inte Walter. Alltså jag vågar knappt slåss. Jag måste hitta någon sätt. Alltså ibland så råkar jag bara komma åt några knappar. Jag tryckte inte ens på mellanslag F3. Det är piskämt. Game måste det vara här någonstans. Nej. En ljud kan inte skada någonting. Men...
To look upon this wall does put things in perspective.
Vänta. Jag kan inte slå den va? Jag kan inte slå Benfing. Ja. Jag hoppas att jag inte har det saken på för jag vill inte kunna slåss mot vakterna. Kommer ni eller? Vänta, om jag trycker F3. Jag kan inte slå honom. Typ 20 personer mot en. How many fools can I kill today? How many fools can I kill today? Too many times, don't get me wrong. Ja, här vet jag exakt vad kommer det. Boom! Kommer det gå här. Nej. Inte. Trodde jag. Ja, det är en kvar. Trisha! Come on, Jogi. I want to have the Trisha. Where'd you put the treasure? Piss off, vi drar dit istället. Jag vill se Boom av Sabine.
Elite soldiers, my ass. Have that.
Ett fönster kör jag jättebra.
There'll be more coming. We have to find a way past this gate.
Always with the damn gates.
What we need are explosives. But I used mine up on the way here.
If only we knew some sort of tiny crazy old man who enjoyed blowing things up.
Ha ha! Did you see that order that the whole city bowed to our thunder?
Hang on. How did you get to the other side in the first place?
Dwellers have their ways, my boy. Is there anyone left to kill?
There will be soon. More troops are on the way. Kalin's fleet got a fair few, but not all.
We'll hold them off.
Come on, Boulder, there's more fighting to be done.
Good luck in that. Hope the ground fits.
Let's finish this for good, while I can still stand up on my own.
Wow.
Shall we knock? No. Let's surprise him.
So, this is how it ends. The old fool and the child who ran away. You finally become the man I always wanted you to be.
He's a lot more than that, and now he's ready to take your place.
Perhaps the time has come for someone else to lead Albion.
You were never a leader, just another tyrant.
Did it ever occur to you that I may have had good reason to be?
We're not interested in your reasons.
Cower behind ignorance if you will, but my brother deserves to know the truth.
Save it for the trial, Logan. You can beg for your life then.
Ja, bra, då är den här kvar. Jag tänkte, vad fan är det här? And we are the king. Vad är det för märke jag har i min panna? Alltså, jag tycker att den var lite svårare. Oj, det här är lite stort.
There he is, the King of Albion. You've made it, just like I always knew you would. It doesn't get any easier, though. You have a country to run now. And with Jasper busy in the sanctuary, you'll need a new personal aide. Someone who can keep you organized. Let me introduce you to...
Hobson. Hobson's the name, Your Majesty. May I say what an extraordinary honor it is to serve you? I have a vast wealth of experience, I assure you, though I have yet to experience vast wealth. That, Your Majesty, is an example of the sense of humor which will no doubt make our time together such a delight.
No doubt. Well, I'll leave you two to get better acquainted. I should begin preparations for the trial.
The trial, of course. The very first item on today's agenda. Among my other qualities, I am well versed in toadying, public relations, and time management. And I heartily believe the key to being a successful king is following a well-scheduled royal agenda. Permit me, here are today's appointments.
Talk to Riva and Bowstone Industrial. Consider proposal.
I'm sure you will do a marvelous job presiding over your brother's trial. which, as I said, will be your very first royal duty. Your subjects await in the throne room for what is sure to be an historic occasion, Your Majesty.
The throne room is in the not. Oh, this is a naughty game. Men jag kommer ihåg härifrån i alla fall. Nu ser jag inte då. Jag vet inte riktigt vart jag är i det här.
All stand to attention for the King of Albion.
Jag bara springer förbi.
Logan, former King of Albion, you stand accused today of crimes against the kingdom and its people. Those who brought you to justice will now speak.
There's not a soul alive in the kingdom who hasn't suffered for his glory, and plenty who've died for it. I says, let him have some death of his own.
Look, I'm not one for lopping people's heads off, but we saw Major Swift executed like it was a bloody circus act. He deserves nothing less as far as I'm concerned.
But aren't we better than that? Isn't that why we fought to be here now? I've seen what Logan has done to this city. People starving to death, children forced to work. But killing him now won't solve anything.
It is not my place to decide his fate, but his betrayal condemned many of my people to death. He promised us salvation, and then left us to face the darkness alone.
I had good reason to break that promise, and I had good reason for the crimes you claim I committed. The day I returned to Albion, I received a visit from a blind seer, Teresa, our father's guide. She showed me the future of this kingdom. The darkness in Aurora is coming here, bringing death, destruction, the end of our way of life. The sacrifices I had to make, I did them to protect Albion. If a few had to suffer, it was to build an army. If a few had to die, it was to save a country. I have spent years preparing for this attack. Let me stand by your side now, and all my soldiers will be yours to command. Let us face the coming darkness, together.
This is true. If it's really coming here, we are all in grave danger.
You have the power over life and death, brother. Now choose.
This is not an easy decision to make. Take all the time you need.
Vi kör här.
This is not the time for revenge. We need your help, Logan.
The king has made his decision. Logan's life will be spared.
I know you will never forgive me for the things I've done. You told me so once, remember? Of course I do. But what matters now is that we defend our land. The castle is yours, and so is the throne. I'm glad to be rid of them.
Thanks for the day. This is getting awesome. Where are we?
You have fulfilled the first part of your destiny. You were little more than a child when you left the castle. You have become a hero, a leader, and now, finally, a monarch. But your journey is not yet done. Now you are king. You can know the truth. Albion will soon be attacked, and the threat could not be greater.
Oh.
Darkness is coming to our land. It cannot be reasoned with, it cannot be halted. The ruler of Albion is all that stands between the world we inhabit and that darkness. That is why you had to take your brother's place. The course of history demands it. If you do not succeed, everything we know will come to an end.
Håller örat.
Why didn't you tell me all this at the start? It was never about Logan, was it?
I told you what you needed to know, and I never spoke anything but the truth. With Logan on the throne, Albion would have been doomed. This much I know. Only with a hero wearing the crown do we stand a chance of survival.
And how do I stop it?
You won't. Its arrival is inevitable. 1 year from now, the darkness will fall upon Albion. All you can do is prepare, and hope to save as many of your people as you can. How you do so is up to you. 2 paths lie ahead. You may keep the promises you have made and be known as a benevolent ruler. But understand that doing so will leave little to spend on the kingdom's protection and may lead you to disaster. It is not easy to be popular and keep the treasury full, unless you are willing to sacrifice your personal wealth. But you may also choose to break those promises, to harm your people in order to save them, the means to build the army you need. But you will be hated. This path will cast you in the role of a tyrant, as it did your brother. You have 1 year to do what Logan could not. Be the ruler that readies Albion for the greatest threat it has ever faced, and be the hero that can stand against it.
Det här är fan sjukt. Hatar att göra det. Fan, alltså seriöst.
Your Majesty, I'm not sure what to say after receiving such news. The darkness that is coming. People won't understand what it means. Nobody could, without living through it first. We need to prepare. If we can't stop the attack from happening, we have to be ready when it comes. Having Logan's troops on our side is a good start. But you will need to raise a fortune to pay for the army we'll need. Hobson will show you the treasury. And I'm sure he can explain just how to fill it.
Indeed I can.
Then I will leave you to it. Ben and I will begin recruiting and training soldiers at once.
If you will follow me, Your Majesty.
I know, here is
Oh,
it.
how I have looked forward to this moment.
Får lite pengar.
This is it. Albion's royal treasury. The store of the kingdom's total wealth.
Får lite pengar. Det ska ju vara mycket, mycket mer än det. Det ska typ vara en hel hög.
It's, well, not as replete as one would like, but just imagine this room shimmering with hills, valleys, and plateaus of gold. A topography of riches going all the way up to the ceiling. It will require nothing less to build this army everyone is talking about. Which brings us to the second item on today's agenda, and one I'm personally very excited about. Setting the tax rate for the coming year. As you probably know, your brother was taxing the people rather heavily, and some say that this has led to poverty, starvation, and other societal ills. You have 3 clear choices, Your Majesty. 1, lower the tax rate, which one could argue would help the poor and the hungry, but would also leave the treasury in a miserable state. 2, maintain Logan's policies. Not a popular move with the people, but moderately popular with the treasury. And 3, and don't let my enthusiasm influence you in any way, raise the taxes even further. True, many will suffer in the short term, but we will be able to protect the kingdom and run our fingertips over vast amounts hearts of gold in this very room. What will it be? Very well, Your Majesty. A prudent choice. Why upset the status quo? The time for revolution has passed, and people are used to the current rate of poverty and starvation. Those who survive will thank you in the end. But you will still need to raise a lot more gold by other means. Unless you're willing to donate some of your own money to the treasury. Oh, I'm sorry. I do like a little joke now and then. However you decide to proceed, you should acquaint yourself with the Royal Ledger. It is a logbook that allows the reigning monarch to make deposits and withdrawals from the treasury. A most useful financial tool. But my, look at the time. You really ought to attend to the next item on today's agenda.
Kan jag skriva in dem, tror jag? Okej, jag kan hålla in.
Riva has a most intriguing proposal for you in Bowerstone Industrial. Now, I know you have had your differences, but it is time to put those behind you and work together. Nobody can raise money like Riva can, I assure you. I have seen to it that your appearance among the populace is well publicized, so expect a crowd.
365 dagar till saken.
Don't tempt.
Oh, happy day! His Majesty, the King of Albion, graces us with his radiant presence.
Okej, vad är med ditt ansikte då? Någonting ska inte vara gång. Man ser bara hans ansikte. Yes, här kan vi börja om från då.
Don't tempt me.
Oh, happy day! His Majesty, the King of Albion, graces us with his radiant presence. I knew last time we met that you would emerge victorious from such public sibling rivalry. And now, here I am, to assist you in filling your coffers till they are fit to burst. What better way to begin your reign than by reinstating one of my most successful policies? There is no greater waste than the idleness of our city's youth. But my employment scheme guarantees children of all ages will have something to occupy them, whilst ensuring our factories are properly manned.
It's just monstrous. Don't listen to him. You promised you would end child labor. Remember that promise now.
And what would you have us do with the snotty little indigents?
The only way Bowerstone is going to climb out of the gutter is through education. Nothing is more important to our future than that. Turn this factory into a school. Give the children of this city the chance they never had.
A school? Well, that's an original thought. Well, if you'd like to be known as a pauper monarch, then by all means, listen to her. Reaver Industries will abide by your decision.
The factory will become a school.
Thank you. We can really start changing people's lives now. This will be an Albion worth fighting for.
I shall begin the necessary modifications at once.
Hej då.
Welcome to Reaver Industries Learning Center, Bowerstone Industrial's first ever
Sådär.
can become the well-educated automatons you always wanted them to be.
Ja! Okej. Vänta, någon har skickat något på Skype. Så. Inget. Jag orkar inte. Ja, varför kommer jag inte ut? Boom! Ja, fan. Så sitter man på sig. Och det börjar bli slutet på den här dagen. Åh. Jag längtar faktiskt inte till julattacken. För att det här kommer inte bli final part. Alltså. Det kommer ta jättelång tid. Ljus. Huh?
Awaiting your command, my lord.
At your orders.
Greetings, sir. Ladies and gentlemen.
Nej.
Today, you will decide what is to be done with the Bowerstone Old Quarter, site of the battle for Albion. Paige will offer her proposal. Reaver shall stand against her.
You may speak.
Your Majesty, our victory came at a great cost to the city. You vowed to fight poverty, but our actions have made the problem worse. You must act now. I ask that the old quarter be rebuilt, and it's...
We destroyed the old quarter. It's only right we rebuild it.
The king has reached his decision.
Fuck, nu har jag inga
The
pengar.
old quarter shall be rebuilt, and its former residents will have their homes returned.
Thank you, Your Majesty. This will be a very popular move.
I suppose there may be something to be gained by rebuilding part of the city. It shows our sense of industry has not yet been dampened. Very well.
Jag ska fan gifta en jävel.
Despite the current climate of fear
Oj.
and great national need,
Om man
Reaver
inte ska, oj.
Industries has once again struck a blow for the honest man on the street. The sad sight of the decayed and war-torn old quarter is no more. We are proud to present the new old quarter.
Dagar går som en himmel, fy fan.
It breaks one's heart to see the treasury so empty. If we don't do something about it, we will all die. And I have some very definitive retirement plans. As a matter of fact, our very first order of business might have a bearing on our financial situation. the time has come to decide the annual town guard budget. As you can imagine, the people like to complain about crime and the lack of safety on our streets, and are calling for more guards than your brother was ever willing to pay for. You have 3 choices, Your Majesty. Leave the budget as it is. After all, the people have grown accustomed to murder, theft, and contraband. Increase the budget and fill the streets with soldiers keeping the peace. A rather costly solution. Or take a more considered approach by lowering the budget. For what is the point of a safe, well-policed kingdom when it is too poor to protect itself from certain annihilation? Very wise, Your Majesty. Better to have a city full of criminals than a city full of very dead people. Let us now turn our attention to the rest of today's business. Here is the royal schedule I have prepared.
Castle's decoration, rule on the stats of Raw, embark on a journey. Oh, that is
As you can see, you have a busy day in the court, but a tremendously enjoyable one. Decoration is a passion of mine, and I simply cannot wait to see your choice. The interior designers await you in the throne room.
Jag måste transferera massa pengar. Jag klarar inte mig utan pengar tyvärr. Så jag ska dra till Bowser Market. Det bästa pengasamlande saken. Alltså, helvete.
Welcome to my shop.
Woohoo!
Business is booming. Nice blade.
Och för 100 kronor nästan för per sån här
Sir? Great
200. Alltså, det är nästan 200.
You're doing a good job.
Se vad mina pengar ökar när jag kör.
That one's ready. That's a good one. That blade's complete.
Om ni ser hur mycket pengar jag får, det här är bara sjukt.
Try to get every part of the blade. We will not be undersold. That is our non-binding guarantee.
Nej.
It'll sell, I guess.
Två, ett, nej.
The anvil doesn't need forging.
Alltså, håll efter. 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1.
Keep hitting it like that.
2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 2, 1, 1.
Nice bit of forging.
Jag kanske kommer hålla på massa med det här för att, tills jag får flera miljoner. Nej, för att jag måste få massa pengar för att jag måste transferera över dem.
I've never known. You missed a bit. Doing so well. You can usually find plenty of vendors on the bridge over there. Right up. We have everything you could possibly. That blade's complete.
Har ni mina pengar som ökar? Det är typ 100 spänn. Det här är nästan 200 spänn.
That's a fine blade.
Let me know if you want to see more.
Don't blame me. Good blade.
Nästan 400 spänn på en sån där. Det är ganska sjukt.
That one's ready. Best fights are up close. That's one complete blade.
Are you kidding me?
You're doing a good job.
5000.
Need to defend your home? Not like that.
Ah,
Form your life what you with a haircut.
okej. Vi har blivit kung. Vi har gjort massa saker. Det är helt otroligt. Vi är nära på att klara ut spelet. Vi måste bara vänta tills attacken kommer. Vi har massa saker i rum. Jag ska fixa massa mer pengar för att jag måste verkligen ha massa mer pengar. Så, vi ses i nästa avsnitt av Fable 3. Hej då.